In this video, we are going to talk about control joints for patios with columns. But first, I want to take a look at a patio slab without columns. This one is about 15 foot deep, 20 foot wide, and has two control joints, or four, however you want to look at that, two long ones or four individual ones. And I said this was 20 foot wide. This one here is about 10 foot here. That's pushing it, but common for something like this. Remember that patio or control joints are meant to minimize cracking, not eliminate them. So you just kind of want to do the best you can, put a few of these things in there to minimize cracking. But again, we're not going to eliminate all of the cracks. It's just almost impossible to do. Let's go ahead and put the columns in. We have two columns, one at each end. One column is going to be sitting on top of a concrete footing. The other is going to be sitting on top of the patio slab. The reason why I'm showing you this is because you actually end up with two separate pieces this way and three corners. Over here, we're just going to have one corner over here where the cracks can come off of. Remember, the concrete cracks off corners. They love corners. The more corners, the more cracks, kind of a thing. So building it on top of this, you might not have as many cracks, but again, not a preferred method. So here we have two separate pieces. We have the concrete footing and the patio. Remove that, and here are our three corners that we can get cracks off of. So this right here could crack off of here. This one here could crack right off of here. So again, preferred method, this, even though we do end up with more corners. This is probably the most common control joint layout for columns in the corner. You'll just simply come off the corner with a line running parallel to the perimeter of the building. Make sure that these lines go through, otherwise you will end up with cracks or possibility of cracks. I mentioned that the cracks come off of the corners. It's not uncommon to have a crack come off of a control joint corner also. And now you're probably thinking, why in the heck am I putting these control joints in there? Well, I'm not, like I said, this science with the concrete, if they ever come out with a concrete that doesn't crack, that will be amazing. And maybe they already have it. It's just cost prohibitive. But again, remember, we're just trying to do the best we can here with not having a big giant crack coming across here. And, you know, if it can crack in our control joints, then we are going to be happy doing our job there. So here's what it would look like after the columns are in. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a few more design ideas. I'm going to get carried away here, but I've seen a lot of these before, so I'm just going to kind of throw them out there. You can run diagonal lines, that's fine. And you can have square. You can go back to, you know, what do we got here? 4 rectangles kind of a thing, or a cross. You know, a crack that'll come off of here could stop at these control joints. Is this the best of both worlds? Well, I don't recommend getting too carried away with the control joints, because the more control joints you come in, if you're just going to cut them with a saw, that's not going to be as bad. But if you're troweling these babies in there and they're nice thick control joints, they're you know, 1/2 inch wide, something like that, you can actually trip over them. And I was just walking the other day and I tripped over one of them. So I don't recommend getting a little too carried away, but you know, and again, you could do something like this and have a crack go from right here, you know, and turn and go over to here. It's just not a cure-all for everything. This is a common design. If you have multiple columns, you can have, basically, you're just going to pull the lines off of each one. You know, and here I didn't run them through. You can run them through. And like I said, it would be recommended to run them through. I'm just kind of throwing out another idea out there. If you have a crack off of this corner here and it cracks over to this corner, the lines that are connecting here aren't going to be doing much good there. Just another view of it. Let's go ahead and take a look at another one. Here are the columns. If you were just to come across with a straight line here, you know, and not come off of the corners, like I was showing you on the other ones, you could actually end up with just all sorts of cracks. So I threw this one in here as just something that I wouldn't recommend with the multiple columns, or with more than the just two on the corner. Let's go ahead and look at what it would look like if we extended the patio out a little bit. Something like this would look good. Bring the lines across, and then that would be up to you. This one right here, the line here, I went ahead and removed it on this side. Something like this, again, it's up to you. You don't want the lines, it's a little too much on the outside, like we have here. Then you might want to do something like this. So anyway, took me forever to make this video. I think I had like 28 takes to it, different things. I think I'm glad it's done here. I hope it helps, and if it does, don't forget to hit the old thumbs up button. If you need more information, feel free to leave your questions in the comment area, and that seems to be the best place to put them for other people to read the answers when I do respond to them. Everybody gets to see what the answer to the question is, instead of you email me and then no one ever gets to know but you, kind of a thing, what the answer is.